Guys, I love John Byrne, and it's high time we bring up a comic of his that I love on this channel. Most will remember in 1982 that John Byrne had the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and his new creation, Alpha Flight. But did you know that he and Stan Lee did a one-off issue of Silver Surfer? This particular Silver Surfer, it's the classic Silver Surfer story, touching on all of the key characters in his history to that point. It has him go on a journey and end up basically where he started, missing his love and planet, trapped on Earth. Byrne turns it up with Tom Palmer killing it on inks and Stan's, well, typical over-the-top verbose dialogue. Let's not waste any more time and dive right in. Our story starts as the surfer sits in some ruins in the Himalayas, talking to himself about how he's been trapped on Earth. He narrates his origin, remembering how when Galactus came to his home planet, Zenla, he, Nora, and Rad flew out alone in a spaceship to confront him. When Galactus found him, Rad entered negotiations, offering to serve him as his herald for all time in exchange for Zenla's safety. Galactus gave him some of the power cosmic and made him into the Silver Surfer. He returned to say goodbye to Shala Bal, his beloved, and much later ended up discovering Earth. There, he got into a fight with the Thing, but then he was shown kindness by Alicia Masters and decided that the Earth was worth saving. He defied his master, who trapped him on Earth beneath an impenetrable barrier. In the present, the surfer decides that he needs to try to get through the barrier again, but is unsuccessful. While floating in space, he notices a beam coming from the surface that has an effect on the barrier. He follows it to the Baxter building, where he discovers that his friend, Mr. Fantastic, is working on the barrier problem. Reed tells Norrin that he's found a way to get him through the barrier, but they have to do it quickly while the planets are aligned. He says goodbye to Alicia and accompanies Reed and Ben into space. Sue fires a ray from the surface, which matches with Reed's device's ray to let the surfer slip through. He's ecstatic to be free of Earth and immediately starts flying towards Zenla. When he gets there, he finds the planet is a giant wasteland. While he investigates, he's attacked by a flying craft. He fires back without thinking, then realizes it's a Zenla patrol ship. He rescues the pilot and follows a second ship to what appears to be a refugee camp. When he lands there, the crowd of people that gather recognize and then attack him. He throws them all off after he spies Andor Bal, Shala Bal's father. Andor tells him that after he betrayed Galactus, the World Eater returned and gave them 24 hours to get off the planet before he ate all life on it. Now they've returned to try to make a life on their former home. The surfer asks about Shala Bal and learns that she was enchanted by Mephisto and taken away. Furious, the surfer flies off, thinking about the time he thought that Dr. Doom was marrying Shala Bal, but it wasn't really her. Now he realizes that Mephisto was behind that. Mephisto watches him from hell and laughs. The surfer returns to Earth, thinking nothing of passing the barrier and trapping himself once again. He flies to Doom's castle, and he finds that the woman that he thought was Shala Bal, and when he does, Mephisto appears and takes her to hell. The surfer uses the power cosmic to follow and challenges Mephisto. He summons demons that drag him into a lake. He removes the enchantment from Shala Bal so she can see what's happened. Mephisto gloats, but then the Silver Surfer flies out of the lake and attacks the devil. They are both surprised by how well matched they are as they struggle. To break the stalemate, Mephisto blasts Shala Bal. The surfer thinks she's dead, but instead, Mephisto turns her into pure energy and sends her back to Zenla. He tells the surfer to follow her, knowing he'll hit the energy barrier. Instead, the surfer sends some of the power cosmic with her, and then lies and is bored in despair before returning to Earth. Mephisto revels in the misery he's caused the surfer. When Shala Bal returns to Zenla, the power cosmic causes her to start renewing the planet with every step she takes. Our story ends as the surfer flies around, determined to accept his imprisonment. Well, that concludes our story, and I'm not sure why this book was even made. It's just a random one-off that gives Noron his greatest wish, only to take it away again. I wouldn't have identified John Byrne as the artist from any of the pages, as Tom Palmer's inking is pretty overpowering here. But it does look really good. Palmer makes the book look more classic, and it works pretty well for me. Overall, it's often not remembered and it's overlooked. This may be the John Byrne classic you can still find in a dollar bin. And well, that's why it's my pick, and folks, it's been a comic book minute. Like, share, and comment, and subscribe, folks. And as usual, we'll see you on the next one.